everybody, and welcome to College Football Showtime. I'm your host, Joe, here with Aaron, and we are back with another fantastic week with you on some great games that's coming in week 5. So sit back, relax, and we've got a lot to talk about. So hang on, here we go. Our lineup is number 4, LSU, at number 13, Ole Miss. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then, of course, we've got 2 night games that's coming. The first one is number 6, Oregon, at number 3, Penn State. That's going to be good, folks. And then number 17 at number 5, Georgia. A much-weighted game for the season. So sit back and relax, enjoy yourself, and let's get started. All right, Aaron. Hey.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. We made another week. Here we are. We're getting ready. And before we get started, I want to make sure that we say hello to everybody out there. I hope you all are doing really well and hope you all have had a very good week and a very good day. Listen, we enjoy having you with us. And click on that like button. Click on that share button. And, of course, make sure that you subscribe to our channel because we've got so much more that we're going to bring to you in college football. And you can also check us out on X, which is College 12935. I believe that is. Yes, I'm looking at a lot of other numbers, folks, but make sure that you check us out. And we're here every week. So make sure you subscribe so you can get notifications that'll help out our channel. And anytime there's something coming up, whether we have a short that's coming up or whether we have some kind of just any type of notification that's coming out, we will let you know about it. But make sure that you subscribe, click that like button, and share our content. And we thank you for joining us. And let's begin with the fun. Let's start with the fun.
Okay.
Well, here we are, week 5. And this is when things are about to get interesting. You thought it was interesting last week because we saw a couple of really good key matches. And I think that Florida game and Miami game really just told a lot. And of course, we're not going to be talking about Florida today, but I do know that, Florida's just in a slump to me. They're in a slump.
Yeah, it's just a lot of hard things that they're going through right now. Kind of self-inflicted wounds right now from the penalties and the bad quarterback play from DJ Ledway, but that's a whole different story.
Right.
But we're going to see what they do against Texas next week.
Right. They got to shake back with that. But that win with Miami, that bumped them up.
Yeah, it's just a solid win. You beat them by multiple scores, by 17, at least 17 points. So that's a key factor.
And they're number
2 now in the country in the AP poll. But I wouldn't put too much stock in it. But that is a good sign for Miami right now that you can win in multiple ways if you're Mario Cristobal in that Miami team.
Right. And then we had a couple of other games that were played last week, and things got moved around. People got moved around, and we also got kind of a bad situation over there with Mike Gundy. He had to be let go.
Well, that was kind of
I like Mike Gundy, but
sometimes it's just time for a change. It's like they wouldn't really get any more success.
Right.
You didn't really look good the past 3 weeks, and you didn't get to a bowl game last week.
Right.
I mean, last year. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it was just time. You've been there 21 years. It's just time. Stuff gets stagnant at times.
Yeah.
And you just need to start over. And it's to be there for a long time in this area of college football, that's a success in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that it is.
So
It's an achievement.
so you may not see nothing like that anymore, but
No,
so not in this NIL era. So
right.
you got to just live in the moment. Oklahoma State fans appreciate him, but I think it was just time for a change.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, we wish him the very best. And I don't think this is the end of Mike Gundy. We may see him somewhere else or
we may,
doing something else. You
yeah,
know,
maybe he do need just needs a
a
fresh
change.
start
Yeah,
somewhere else.
he
Like
needs a change.
yeah,
Yeah, because sometimes you can get in a particular situation or get in a particular program, and you're there for so long. And I know when you're successful at the very beginning and everything's going really, really great, and then you get in a slump, and then you've been there so long, things are changing, people are changing, ideas are changing, and you're trying your hardest to say, dang it, I've done it before, I can still make this thing turn around. And you try to do those things in those formulas that you're used to doing in the past. And you're wondering, why isn't it working? You know, but you just got a new era of, it's just a new era of football.
yeah, it is a new era of football, but I think he'll be all right. Maybe he does need a different start.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just what needs to be reminded with Mike Gundy. I think he's still a phenomenal coach. I just
Oh,
think
yeah.
him at Oklahoma State might have ran his course.
Ran its course. Ran its course. Exactly. And that happens sooner nowadays than later.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on and we're going to talk about our first game, which is going to be at 3:30 Eastern on ABC. We've got number 4 LSU Tigers that are going against number 13 Ole Miss Rebels. They're going to be playing at Oxford, Mississippi, and this is one that a lot of the Tiger fans have been anticipating because LSU has, they started off really strong with Clemson, and then things kind of got a little, lax, I guess you would say. I hate to use the word soft, but hey, it is what it is. And then now they're saying, okay, here we are. This is the test. This is the one that's going to say to us, are we the championship team this year? So tell our audience about this, Aaron.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that. We have heard from Brian Kelly that this is the best week of practice that Garret Nussmeier has had.
It's a
So
mouthful.
yeah, so he has had problems with the torso injury the past couple of weeks, so he is feeling better from that. So we're going to see if he's feeling comfortable with the deep ball and pushing the ball down the field. And you really didn't really see that against Louisiana Tech and Florida. So we want to see him pushing the ball down the field and then being aggressive. And it just felt those couple of past weeks they was very conservative with the football, didn't want to turn the football over. You were having confidence in your defense and say, well, the defense is going to be strong for us. They can control the game. We just need to not make the big mistake that can hurt our football team. And I think that is a good strategy. But them playing in that style of football is got them at 4-0 right now. But you are going against an offense at Ole Miss that can score points, even though they are on their backup quarterback and Trinidad Chasblit, who did perform really good last week against Tulane, but Austin Simmons does not get the starting nod in this game from Lane Kiffin. So they're going with the backup quarterback who played really well. You got Gawan Lacey at running back. You got Harrison Wallace that he's very reliable in the receiving game. So they got weapons on this offense that can challenge this defense, who has been a top 10 defense so far this early in the year.
Right. And I'm glad you mentioned about the defense on LSU, because one of our favorite guys, or we could say one of LSU's favorite guys, Wes Weeks. okay, has 27 tackles this year so far. And on offense, uh, Garret Nussmeier, 962 passing yards. And one of his favorite targets is wide receiver here. And I just love this guy. Aaron Anderson, who transferred over from Alabama. He has 293 yards. Caden Durham, who is a running back, 213 yards rushing. So they got the pieces, but I think what's going on is, like you said, this is the challenge game. This is the test game. This is the game that says, "Hey, you know, we're here."
Yeah, and the thing about Kate Durham, he did come off with an injury.
Right.
He is going to probably play in this game from Brian Kelly from his sources. Just from a minor sprained ankle injury, so he has looked good in practice. But with looking at this LSU offense, there are some new faces on this offense, so I think they're just going through some gelling and trying to have some continuity with each other where they can play as a unit. And I think that's what you're really seeing from them with the struggles, just seeing who is who and how can they play together as one. I think that's been the key for them and what they need to be as an offense.
Right. Right. And I was trying to pull up something here on the defense. I'm trying to remember. I believe someone said, and I can't find it here, that they've only allowed, and I want to make sure I have it right. Well, they have 6. No, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. Well, I'll pull it up here in a second because once again, we'll have the correct numbers. But someone said on one show that I saw on YouTube that said LSU only allowed
They're only allowing 9.3 points per game.
There it is. Yes.
Isn't
that wild?
They have averaged their total amount of interceptions, so they are a very turnover worthy team, so they can create turnovers. So that's going to be a key for Ole Miss. Can they limit the turnovers?
Right.
So this defense can do multiple things that could cause havoc for their team.
Mm-hmm.
And if this defense can play on their hair on fire and attacking on all cylinders, then this is a defense that's going to give Ole Miss a lot of trouble. If Ole Miss doesn't make the right reads or make the right calls at the front of the line,
right,
or if they don't make the right play calling, then this could be a long night for Ole Miss if they don't have all that situated.
Ole Miss, and it's Trinidad Chambliss, who has 719 passing yards. Kawan Lacey, who is their running back, 358 yards rushing. And receiving yards, their wide receiver, and I think you mentioned him earlier, which is Harrison Wallace, third. He has 343 receiving yards. Now, on their defense, their number one linebacker, and I think that's right. Yeah. 29 tackles. Who is Jaden?
There's Jaden Yates.
Yes. Yes. So he's a pretty good athlete as well. So this is going to be an awesome game. Like I said, a lot of people are looking forward to it. There will be on Saturday at that particular stadium, and they're going to be at Hemingway Stadium, and that's in Oxford, Mississippi. It is predicted that there will be sunny skies, 88 degrees, 6% chance of rain, which is going to be absolutely wonderful. Northeast west winds at 6 miles per hour. So, the kicker might adjust some things there. And it's going to be 52% humidity. And listen, the line for this is 1.5. Ole Miss favorite.
Well, I think because of the home field advantage, they're going to give the nod to Ole Miss with that. But it's not that's not a high line, so they think it's very even.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
and the over is
54.
57.5.
No, I have 54.5.
54.
Unless it's gone up.
Yeah, it has gone up in the past couple of minutes.
Gee.
So it's 57.5.
Something might have triggered that. I don't know if there has been some. I know that Garret Nussmeier, of course, you had mentioned about the injury. I don't know if we've gotten reports that he's even in greater shape or whatever the case may be, but
I
something
think
has triggered it.
he's in better shape. That's just a reporting from Brian Kelly the
Oh,
past
great.
2 hours. So
Okay, great. So that makes sense why it has gone up. And this is going to be a tight game, is what they're predicting.
well, I think from what they're looking at from the past couple of years, this has been a high scoring game. So they're just going back from history. So when you think about not ESPN, but the Vegas betting, they're always going to go back with their stats from the past. So they really don't look at performance that happened this year because they only can go off of what's on paper. So you got to really think about that sometimes.
Right. You're absolutely right. Okay, folks, that is number 4 LSU versus number 13 Ole Miss on Saturday, ABC, 3:30 Eastern. And you know that's it's not highly unusual for LSU game in the afternoon. They just don't like it, and I understand why. But at the same time, this is the highlight of the afternoon, so you don't want to miss that game, folks. Again, that's on ABC at 3:30 Eastern. All right. Next, we have number 6 Oregon at number 3 Penn State, Beaver Stadium, University Park, and that's going to be at 7:30 Eastern on NBC Peacock. Folks, this is another one where we want to see Penn State. You mean business like you did last year, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, this is a very interesting matchup because even looking this at an Oregon perspective, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Dante Moore. He has looked efficient early in the season. He's waited his turn the past 2 years under Dylan Gabriel, Bo Nix. So this is your turn where you say, I'm the starter, I'm the guy, I'm a 5-star recruit. I've been playing very well for the team early in the season. We're 4-0, 1-0 in the Big Ten play. So this is your opportunity on the big stage if you're Dante Moore to say, I have arrived. I am that quarterback for the Oregon Ducks. And you're going against Drew Aller, who is going to be under his 3rd year. I believe he's starting for Penn State. So this is going to be the game. We're going to see if there has been some improvement from Drew Aller from past last year in that passing offense for the Nittany Lions. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm going to say this about Penn State. And I've been saying it for years. Penn State has the ability to get you really excited at the first of the year, and everything's going great, everything's going fine. Boy, we're really going to do it. And then somehow they find a way. It's so painful.
Well,
when it is just so painful when they lose.
I think with Penn State's problem, I like their team overall, but it's just one position on this offense is just a glaring issue, and that's that wide receiver position. I need somebody to step up and be that number one guy and say, I am number one. I need to be that guy that the defense is putting their target on my back and saying, I am the guy that they need to put their eyes on the whole time I'm on the field. And that's going to be the key. Who's that guy for Penn State? Because you got Drew Allen. They like their tight ends. You like your running backs, Nick Singleton, and all those guys in that running back room. But who is going to be that guy in that wide receiver room that steps up? It is going to be Penta. the wide receiver who has 166 yards and a touchdown.
Right, Penn.
But you need more production in that wide receiver room if you want to feel comfortable with Penn State. I think that's what really holding them back.
Right.
Because I love the defensive side of the football. Amari Campbell, Dennis Sutton at the end. You got guys on the defensive line, that defensive secondary. You got guys on this team that said we can compete for a playoff spot and for a national championship. But that wide receiver room needs to step up to give somebody for Drew Allen that he could depend on and give them something to be dynamic in the passing game.
So that means you got Luke Reynolds, who's their tight end, Devontae Ross, who's a wide receiver, and it's Kyron Hudson, and then of course Trey Burkina. You're right. You're really right. They have to be, I guess you could say, reliable, like you say, and get out there and really run the routes. Really do the digs, or really do. They got to get out there and hell, catch the damn ball.
Well, it's just like if nobody steps up, the defense they're just gonna put 6 and 7 guys in the boxes and say. They're going to force Drew Allen to say, you got to beat us with your arm. And one of these wide receivers got to get open and create separation.
Right.
Because if you don't, you just become one-dimensional and you're predictable on offense.
And that's something so painful. Oh, that's painful. And like I said, you can root. I'm going to be honest with you. Penn State has put tears in my eyes. They have disappointed me. They have really disappointed me. I have rallied back. Boy, this is going to be the year. This is going to be it. Last year, you saw what happened in the playoffs. Here we are. Week 5. They're going to be playing Oregon. Okay. Is this going to be a test?
Yeah, and I love Oregon's wide receiver room. Yeah, it's going to be a test. Because the opposite on Penn State side, you could say, is different on Oregon side because they do have 2 good wide receivers in Decorian Moore and Malik Benson. So they have guys over there that can spread the football out. And even a decent running back at Lemire, who has 215 yards, 3 touchdowns, and can be very explosive in the backfield. And they got playmakers on that side of the football and a good defense, too, that's playing really well.
Right.
So this is in Penn State. It's in Happy Valley. It's a night game. It's going to be a whiteout. So it's all in Penn State favor. But if you like the matchups, I like Oregon a little bit better in this matchup in the playmakers aspect. So that's going to be key. Who can make plays on the outside on both sides of the football is going to be interesting.
Break out the pizza and the popcorn, because, baby, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be Saturday night, 7:30 Eastern, NBC. Number 6, Oregon versus number 3, Penn State. And listen, it's going to be cloudy, 57 degrees. There's going to be a 24% chance of rain, okay? Southwest winds, 3 miles per hour, so we don't have to worry about too much wind there. And 88% humidity. It's going to be sticky. Cool and sticky.
Yeah.
Just a little sticky. The line is 3.5.
Yes, 3.5.
Penn State favorite.
Yes.
Penn State favorite. And over and under, 51.5. I ain't touching this game.
Yeah, it's going to be close. And it's, but we went on that. It's going to be with the playmakers who can make that critical play.
I ain't touching this one because, like I said, Penn State, they have put tears in my eyes, and I don't want to say, Penn State going to do this, they going to tear it up, they going to. And then at the end, how could you do this to me?
Yeah, and I understand. I understand from the fans. Because, they're there, but they can't make that critical play. And that's what's been killing them.
You're right. You are absolutely right. All right, folks, that's going to be the good one um, on Saturday night, and I look forward to it. I look forward to it. All right, the showstopper for the night, Saturday, number 17 versus number 5, Georgia Bulldogs, Sanford Stadium, Athens, Georgia. That's going to be at 7:30. Also, ABC, and this is another big one for the SEC, and I don't know. You think Alabama gonna show up, or you think they're gonna fizzle out?
Well, they're going to give a fight. They have looked better the past couple of games, but from looking from the past couple of games, also in those couple of games, they got to run the football better. I don't see a guy right now with not Jam Miller not back there running the football. Some guys need to step up in this running game because they have looked good in the past game with Ty Simpson. He has 9 touchdowns, 862 yards, and he has been very good with the football and pushing the ball down the field with Jared Bernard, Ryan Williams, but you need a consistent running game if you want to be a threat. So,
well, listen. Their top rusher, who is Kevin Riley, he's only done 120 yards.
yeah, with 23 carries.
Yeah, he's averaging like 5.2 yards,
Which is not bad, but I would still like to see a little bit more.
Yeah,
It just feels
I don't know.
uninspiring.
It's not the regular Alabama Crimson Tide dog.
I think they have the guys. It's just like they don't stick with it enough, or they kind of spread it around a little bit with AK Deer, Richard Young. Who's going to be? I guess I'll say who's going to be that number one back with Jim Miller not being there is the interesting part because I need a little bit more because you're going to be against a very good defensive front for Georgia.
Right.
So what happens if you don't cross 100 yards in this game?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to put all the pressure on Ty Simpson to make critical throws in clutch moments is something I'm very concerned about. Mm-hmm. But if they can't run the football, I got to give this to Georgia because that just makes them one-dimensional.
One-dimensional, yeah.
So that's something I worry about. The defense
that defense gonna eat them up for that.
Yeah, and I think the Bama defense is coming along slowly. With a little bit more effort, I don't think there's a guy that stands out, but they have a collective guys that they can rotate in is a good thing. So it's going to be who can be that guy for Alabama, that can make the play on defense and be that guy that can disrupt the game plan for Georgia as well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's in Athens. So I don't think Alabama has played in Athens in a while. So
and you know what? I've said it not to cut you off. I've said it several times, and I'm saying it again. Georgia's been too quiet for me. They ain't.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? They just hadn't been.
Well, they have. They
ain't been that this year.
Well, they don't need to. Everybody knows who you are. You're Georgia. Yeah.
That's true, but they just haven't. Even on the field, they just. Well, to me, they just been kind of low key.
Well, you got your guys that's kind of new and they're trying to figure that stuff out. I wouldn't get too caught up in that, and you don't need to be the old school Georgia. Just be the playmakers that you are. Just go out there and make plays and do your job.
True.
Just do your job.
True. They're averaging 39 points per game. So, on that offense. So that's very good.
Yeah, and Gunnar Stockton has played well.
He's played very well.
He plays very good. So
and he loves hitting Zachariah Branch.
Yeah. A guy that they desperately needed is for some explosion in this offense where they didn't have last year with the most drops in college football last year. So they needed a guy that they can spread the football around, and they have had some other guys that stepped up as well. So,
And I see they love their running game.
well,
And that's what's been eating
that's
everybody up.
well. Let me see here how they looked in the running game. How they
I mean, for example, if you let's say Gunnar Stockton has not Gunnar Stockton. Well, he has done some rushing too. He's carried 28 times, 124 yards. Then you have Dwight Phillips, who's a running back, 17 carries for 144 yards, and then there's Nate Frazier, who has 39 carries, 189 yards. Okay.
Yes, it's a collective group. So I like what I see because you have Gunnar Stockton who has the ability to run the football, especially as a passer. So he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he does have that ability if it's needed for the
Right.
football team. So you got Nate Frazier, Dwight Phillips, Gunnar Stockton, Chancey Bowens that you can give the football and distribute in the run game to keep this defense of Alabama guessing because you have a different type of back. You got Nate Frazier, that's the physical back. You got Dwight Phillips, who's kind of have the more quick cut, one cut that can cut the hole really quick. You got Gunnar Stockton, who can do the RPOs, that can do the read options, and you got the backfield back in Bowens as well. So that's a good combination that you can go with in this game.
Right. And you had also mentioned, or at least I see that you got up here on the slate, Riley Wilson, who's on defense.
Yeah, good defensive player for Georgia. Very physical, sideline to sideline linebacker. Can make plays, can get in the backfield and cause disruption. And you got KJ Bolden on that defense side of football as well. So you got those 5-star talents that you can depend on that I'm really interested how they use in this football game.
Right, right. And you don't want to leave out C.J. Allen as well.
Yeah, CJ Allen been there a long time. He's been there a couple of years now. So they have guys on that in that defensive back room and that linebacker. And the defensive line is young, but they have guys there that they can rely on. Jordan Hall, Elijah Griffin, Xavier McLean that I like from high school. Just a lot of guys that they can depend on in that front seven. So it's going to be a very even game. It's going to be who can run the football.
Right, right. Again, they're going to be playing Saturday night, 7:30 Eastern on ABC. They're playing in Athens. It will be 64 degrees, cloudy skies, folks. 24% chance rain. Now, mind you, it's predicted that it's going to be thunderstorms earlier in the day. In fact, I think it's like maybe 40% somewhere in that, but that's a prediction. Northeast winds 2 miles per hour, and it'll be 98% humidity. So that's on Saturday night, folks. And guess what? The line, Georgia is the favorite, 3.5, over and under 52.5.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I expected because you're at Athens. Georgia should be the favorite because you're at Georgia, so that's kind of what I expected.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I would go with Georgia anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna get Georgia. Sorry, Alabama.
And that's not. I think Alabama can win this game. It's just can they run the football is what
Right,
I'm still kind of concerned about.
right, right. And I hadn't really just. I mean, Ryan Williams has been there, but he hasn't had those explosive moments.
He looked good in the Wisconsin game,
Right,
but we're gonna see how he looks from the injury, from the concussion. So we're gonna see how he looks.
right.
So
Right, right. We'll just see. We'll just see. But anyway, again, that's the big game, folks. That's the showstopper. Number 17, Alabama at number 5, Georgia. That's Saturday night, 7:30 Eastern, ABC. They're going to be playing in Athens, Georgia. Folks, you do not want to miss that one, I tell you, it's going to be a good one. It's a SEC battle, and we love it. Well, that's all we have for this week. Those are the big games that we're highlighting for you. And of course, we thank you so much for joining us and listening in. Come back and listen to us again. Again, click on that like button, click on that share button, and make sure you subscribe so you can get more information from us. Again, we thank you so much. I'm Joe, here with Aaron. This is College Football Showtime. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.
Peace.